What is good writing? One way to tell is to look at some examples of bad writing. Let's take a look and see what we can figure out. We want to drive the metrics to optimize the leveraging of the sales parameters to achieve a paradigm shift in our market penetration. Does anyone know what this sentence actually means? It's pretty hard to figure out, but it's easy to see that this isn't good writing. How about this? Acme Company plans to develop a planning committee on budget planning. Not so good, right? And finally, this example. Beta Corporation has been a hot button issue lately in the media because it seems every time you turn on the news, someone is openly expressing their beliefs about them, whether it's a politician attempting to advance their political agenda, an interest group lobbying against their building a new building, or a local resident putting up a yard sign about them. Everyone seems to have an opinion about Beta, and it just goes on nonstop. The sentence goes on nonstop. Okay, now that we've looked at some bad writing examples, what have you learned? Well, we've learned that it takes work to read bad writing. From this exercise, you've learned, without even having any writing training, that you know what bad writing is. You also know what good writing is. Not this, not the examples we've just looked at. They're hard to read. By the rule of opposites then, good writing is easy to read. The trick is getting you to the point where you can create good writing yourself. Well, that's my job. Let's look at this example again. What impressions do you have of the person who wrote this? Well, actually, I wrote it, but you know what I mean. What about this one? Just from the basis of these few sentences, which feel like a lot more than a few sentences, these writers don't appear to be very accomplished professionals, do they? Would you want to be in a meeting with this person or have to read an entire memo that was written by them? No, you wouldn't. What about the writer who, instead of writing this, writes this? It's quite a relief to read this sentence by comparison, isn't it? And doesn't the second writer seem more authoritative and organized? That's what we want to do for you in this course. We don't want you to be the first writer. We want you to be the second writer, the person that people see as professional and organized and highly competent. To do that, you need to understand the principles of good writing, and these principles will inform every business document that you ever create. We're going to get started on the first one in the next video.